I broke into comics after graduating from college in 1998. I then moved to St. Louis because my two older brothers lived there and I had nothing better to do. So I worked in a bookstore and then went back to school, got a master's degree in media communications. While getting a degree, I wound up teaching college for a while. I taught film classes and creating courses on comic books because no one else was doing it, and I thought it would be cool. It turned out to be very popular. And through that, I started calling and emailing comic book creators because I felt like I should try and become an expert on this. I'm going to teach it. I didn't want to lie to people. And that wound up leading me to a job interview at Marvel Comics where I was hired as an assistant editor, where I was for 6 years up until just a few months ago. I was editing the X-Men line, and I left because I had a son, and I wanted to see him and watch him grow up. I figured it was more important to be a better father than a great comic book editor, but we'll see if I'm going to be any good at either. So that's how I got in. The kid is not a mutant, but he's here today.
No, yes. Well, that's true.
But he's here today, and he is wearing a Madrox t-shirt that a fan lovingly sent in.
He is, because I didn't see him wearing the shirt.
Well, he's in the pouch thing.
He's in the pouch. It's got a little orange thing. It's not green. No, he's wearing a little orange top.
It's a green shirt, unless.
I know. I can tell green from orange.
Maybe
it's orange. I'm looking at it. You don't think I checked?
All right. We might through the Madrox shirt.
That's a different one.
Which would make him very similar to many critics.
One of the things that I tell people about breaking into comics is you basically need three things. You need talent. Most people have. I'll go so far as to say everyone has at least some level of talent. You need a bit of luck, which you can improve your luck, or you can do things that will really drastically decrease your luck. And you need persistence. The best news about this is you don't always need all three, just two of the three. And if you actually think about the stories that we all told, it's basically true that we had either some combination of talent, luck, and persistence. Although very few of us have all three, as I've noticed from the people that I've worked with for the last 6 years. I love them all, but good Lord. So, one of the questions that most people have if they're trying to break into the business is, what are you looking for? I know when I was editing at Marvel, I never wanted to hear the question, well, what character would you like me to pitch? Because I want you to write or to draw the characters that you care about. I'm going to get a better story as the editor if you're telling a story that you care about. But I'm not working at Marvel anymore, so that being my approach doesn't do any of you any good. So I thought I'd actually start with John about how you sort of go about forming a creative team for a project.
I think the most important thing for either a writer or an artist that's trying to come into Marvel or DC, at least from my point of view, is that the creators have a particular voice. I mean, you have to have skill, you have to have the craft, you also have to have something that makes you you, and it makes the editor want you writing this thing and not just somebody that we know can get the job done. Like somebody like Peter, for instance, you read Peter David comic, you know it reads like a Peter David comic. And he has a level of craft that you know you're going to get an actual story that works. That's a combination that doesn't exist very much among people. And to me, that's what I look for. To me, it's more important to see somebody that I know can create a comic, be it writing, drawing, whatever it is, you know, that you're, or both, whatever it is your skill is, than it is to have somebody be able to competently tell one story about this particular character. I'll get a lot of pitches that are, hey, I've got a great filler story for Fantastic Four. Why don't you take a look at this? I don't want to publish a filler story, you know. It's 22 pages of comic. That's something wholly important. And just try to do something that just gets the job done is I don't want to waste my time on it. You know, I'm not going to get anything out of it. You're not going to get anything out of it except, you know, get a story out there, and that's it. And as hard as getting that first gig at Marvel is, the second gig is 10 times as hard. So, you know, to me, I look for somebody. I look for creators that that put stuff out on their own somewhere, or put stuff out somewhere that have a distinctive voice to them. The way Bendis sounds like Bendis, Mark Miller sounds like Mark Miller, Peter David sounds like Peter David. All those creators have something new to say. That's my point of view.
Are those the loudest boots in the world? Holy crap! Jesus Nice.
Do we have any writers in the room? Yes? Yes? I see some hesitant hands. Are you sort of half a writer? Artists?
I write, but I suck.
All right, great. Cool. Yeah, any aspiring editors?
Get him!
Anybody currently editing at Marvel?
Khoi, do you have any advice for aspiring artists?
My advice would be be a lawyer first, in case it doesn't work out.
You're not a villain.
Well, but all kidding aside, have a steady job, because as I told you, it took me 3 years to get it. It took a year out because I just gave up, but 3 years because they see you, they notice your work, and they may not write back to you as long as you maintain a presence. They are watching it. I mean, they or what you say. They know who you are if you're good enough. But usually it's just maybe you're just a couple years away. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. They say, "Oh, you're really 3 years? Oh, he's just blowing me off." No, keep working in those 3 years. But of course, you got to feed yourself. So get a job, because it may not work. But that way, when you are able to, you have a steady job, and then you're working on the comics of it's not stressful. It's not, you know, it's the end of it. I'm hopeless. Just keep working. Be a part of the scene, like I said. Go to the conventions, meet people. I'm not saying going up to everybody and start showing them your portfolio. Nobody wants to see that. But talk to people and get a sense of how the business works. Go for yourself and look to see what the talent is out there, because that's your competition. Everyone's trying to break in, so you got to see what everybody else is doing. And frankly, never be satisfied with your own work. When Andy asked me to sit on this panel, I said yes immediately, whatever he needs, because you never stop evolving. When I got into Marvel, did the What If book with Peter, like John said, the second book, getting the second project is even harder. So you gotta be lucky enough to get an editor like Andy. When I got an X Factor, he grilled me. He's like, "This is great, but you know, read this book, work on your angles, work on the close-up, make it more dynamic." That sort of stuff, and you got to embrace what everybody tells you. Even if they're, you know, if you're on a website and someone's being a prick about it, underneath all that venom is some truth. All right, if they say you suck, chances are you probably do suck on some level. So don't say like, "No, this is my style," or they're drawing it wrong over at Marvel. They should be younger. What? Are you kidding me? You want to work for those guys, you do what they want you to do. If you want to do the independent stuff, then good luck with that too. You're not going to make a living out of it, but good luck with that. If you want to work for one of the big two, you have to think of it as a business. It is art, but it's really, we're illustrators. If someone says, "Hey, you're an artist," I kind of cringe, because I'm not. An artist has more broader social statement in their particular work. We're craftsmen. All right, we're illustrators, we're technicians, we're hired to draw specific things. So don't get all bent out of shape. "Well, this is the way I want to draw." Well, good luck finding a job, because you're not going to draw it the way you want to draw. You have to draw it the way they want to draw it. A lot of people don't draw heroic proportions. A lot of people don't draw the way they're supposed to be drawn, the comic book way. So you got to think of it as a business. Aspire to be that business person, all right, and treat it as a business and not as some loose art form. It really is a job.
There was one other important thing that I told Khoi throughout his 4 issues of X Factor, which was draw faster. Every day I said draw faster.
And that goes hand in hand with that. I mean, you're preparing for a profession. It's not like I like to draw paving. No, you're preparing for a specific job. So do that.